What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my fitness journey, how I started, all the road bumps that I ran into, things that I wish I knew, and also some tips and tricks that will hopefully maybe help you on your fitness journey. So just like a little intro, growing up I always kind of dealt with insecurities, and I think most children do. But I always just felt like this outcast. And to put that in a picture, like 4th grade, I was like the tallest girl in my class, which I'm only like 5'3.5". So, for 4th grade, I was like super tall. And, I kind of got bullied for it. And I got bullied for just some of my features and stuff like that. So, dealing with that, and then also just growing up and being a kid and just being so unsure with my body, I was just I always just felt so insecure. So I actually, for most of middle school, elementary school, I wore baggy t-shirts, and I wore soft pants, so not jeans. I didn't want anything that was super form-fitting. I wanted everything to be super loose. So my insecurities started pretty young, and I think my actual fitness journey started in 2014. I mean, growing up all the way through high school, I always just struggled with an eating disorder that kind of took over my life for a little bit, and eventually came back. Something, it was kind of a hard thing. Part of me didn't really understand that it was happening. I wasn't super aware, but people around me were aware. And I was really mean to myself. I was really mean to myself, and I didn't think about all the things that I could change in my routine, in my daily life, that could be so beneficial to me, physically and mentally. So that was kind of a destructive path that I was on for a while, and I did get help for that. But I started working out in 2014. I started going to the gym. I knew nothing about fitness. I knew nothing about working out, lifting. I didn't even know exactly what that was or what that meant. So I would go to the gym, and I would do the stairs, the treadmill, the elliptical, where I felt safe and comfortable, because I had no idea what to do with the weights. And I had it in my mind that I just wanted to be so skinny. I was just so hyper focused on being tiny, petite, skinny, I thought that was beautiful, and my mind was looking malnourished. So a lot of cardio, and I'll tell you what, it did not work. Because I also didn't know how to eat properly, and I just made all these meals that honestly, meals that were probably the only thing I really knew how to cook, and I didn't really know how to cook back then either. So you can imagine the variety of things I ate. It was pretty easy food. But I didn't know how to seek help. I mean, I saw trainers at the gym, but they were just kind of intimidating, and I was just intimidated. The whole gym just scared the heck out of me. I really didn't like doing it. I just wanted to put my headphones on. I just wanted to do my cardio, and then I just wanted to leave. I did that for a while, and I just felt super lost, and I lost motivation. My weight would fluctuate. I would get, really tiny, and then I would, overeat, and it would be the exact opposite, which is also a form of an eating disorder. It was just very obsessive. I'd get so obsessed, and if I couldn't control the tiny and the not eating, I would do the exact opposite. I would binge, and I would stop moving. And it was just this vicious cycle. I went back and forth. So I was gaining weight, I was losing weight, I was gaining weight, and it was so draining mentally. And I struggled, and I still hated my reflection. I felt like I was going nowhere, and it was a dark time. It was a really dark time in my head. It was just I was constantly at battle with myself. And it caused a lot of depression and anxiety, and just this obsessive mindset. And I've said obsessive a few times, but it's so accurate. It's all I thought about from the moment I woke up and saw my reflection to what I ate during the day, and I just felt like I had no control over anything. It was just tunnel vision on this one goal, and I don't even know what I was doing it for. Like, I almost felt like I wasn't even doing it for myself. I felt like a robot, and it was just this, you know, this vicious cycle. But, you know, then I just realized that if I want to have progress, like, I need to stay consistent. And so I really started going to the gym. I just consistently went and, you know, started playing around with like weights. Still didn't know what I was doing. I don't even want to know what my form was like back then. I don't want to see, I don't think I have any videos, and I'm kind of happy. Because, you know, you don't know until you know, unless you have someone teach you. And, you know, like, you can follow Instagram videos, but those aren't always correct. So it's so hard to know like what proper form is if you don't have somebody there to help you. So I had no idea, and I was just going for it. I was trying to bench, I was trying to squat, and I know my best friend Haley, she would go with me, and we were just kind of like, we're just gonna do our best. We're here, we're showing up, you know, and that's like, that was our mentality. And then I started working at a gym. I started working at BFit. And I was then surrounded by a fitness community and a lot of people who, you know, knew how to lift and were getting strong. And it was awesome to be in that environment because everyone was so motivated. It was a gym. Everyone was there to work on themselves. And so I got super, super motivated, and I ended up leaning out, actually probably the leanest I've ever been in my entire life. I got down, I mean, I don't even remember. I was like 16 or 17% body fat, and I was like 115-ish pounds. And, you know, I was doing upper body. My like arms were super defined. I didn't really ever have abs. I was just more like skinny and more oblique, and that's kind of my style. I don't usually go for like the six pack and stuff, but that's just me. I didn't have a whole lot of leg definition either. I was just kind of like a skinny strong, I guess. But I was super motivated at that point. But then again, it was just feeding that obsessive mindset, and I wasn't working on myself. I still didn't know what to do with nutrition. I was just going, and I just wanted to get like super ripped, and yeah, I still battled that insecurity. Even though I was like skinny and like toned, I still felt this like hole on the inside that was just like, this isn't good enough. Like, you're constantly not good enough. And again, it was just like fighting myself constantly, and I didn't know how to get rid of this voice inside of my head that was just telling me I wasn't enough, you're not good enough. And it was so damn frustrating. So I was like, what else can I do? What do I do to like make this go away? How do I feel like the best version of myself? And then I met my boyfriend, and I, you know, joined his community, and I started doing jiu-jitsu, and I did strength and conditioning, and that for sure changed me. It changed me a lot. Doing jiu-jitsu was just, I mean, I had no idea what the heck I was doing, and I was showing up, and I was just trying to have fun, and I learned so much, and I learned so much about myself. And then I started doing strength and conditioning, and that was where I learned proper form and how to lift heavy, and I like let go of like going to the gym and training for this physique. I stopped physique training, and I got really strong. I felt so good. I felt so empowered, and it started this spark. And, you know, I was talking to everybody. I had a community of people working out with me. It was, you know, group classes, and it was so cool. It was such a cool experience, and I learned that like I'm a tough bitch. I can do a lot. I can handle a lot, and they kind of pulled me away from like that obsessive mindset of like, you need to look a certain way, you need to not eat, you need to eat, you need to, I like lost control of like that craziness feeling, and I just went in and I showed up. I was in beast mode with all these other people who were doing the same thing, and it was fucking awesome. It was the coolest thing that I've ever done. I hands down think that changed my life forever, and I'm so grateful for those moments that I had. And so I was doing that, and then, you know, after feeling so good of doing that, I realized that again, there's just something missing, because now I'm getting super strong, and I feel like I'm doing well, but I'm not seeing the physical results that I want, because it's okay to want physical results. That is perfectly fine to want to see change in the mirror, and you are showing up and working for it, you know. What's not okay is being mean to yourself and ripping yourself apart when you are trying your best and, you know, like nothing's ever good enough. That's what's not okay. So I started getting this feeling back, and I was just like, I felt myself kind of plumping up again, and I was just like, oh no, like I was so tiny, and again, I was just so fixated on this tiny thing. Like I wanted to be so small, but I love being strong. I was like, how do I be strong and how do I be small? And you know, like what am I missing, and why do I feel this way? Why do I all of a sudden not feel good anymore? Because I let that mindset come back and I let it control my thoughts once again. It's one of those things. It just kind of like, it shows up. It's like a dark shadow that follows you around everywhere you go. And so, and that gym ended up moving, and that program ended up shutting down. So I didn't even have that program anymore per se. And so I went back into like my regular lifting, and I was like, you know, I feel like there's just something missing. There's a piece to this puzzle that I'm missing. Like the physique was one thing, getting strong was one thing, letting go is one thing, but still having certain goals is another thing. And so it's like, how do I put this all together and create something that is like amazing? And that's when I really dove into getting certified in personal training, because I was like, enough is enough. Like we can't continue on living this way. And I knew that I felt some sort of like fiery passion in my heart that I wasn't alone, and I know that I'm not the only one who feels this way and who struggles on a daily basis with insecurities like this. And so I actually signed up for personal training, or to be a certified personal trainer in 2015. I didn't end up getting it until 2018 because I doubted myself so damn much. I bought that program. I was almost done with this program in 2016, and just a chain of events and my own insecurities said that you're not going to be good enough. You aren't going to be smart enough. No one's going to listen to you. No one wants to hear what you have to say. Like, and it was that dark shadow again. It took over. So 2017, 2018, I was like, nope, it's not happening. I'm gonna fight this, and I'm gonna help other people fight this too. And so I got certified. I became a certified personal trainer, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Like, how am I gonna do this? And you know, I figured out this combination of lifting where it's not just about physique, it is about strength, but also a combination of workouts and movements that make me feel good, and that in return made me look good. And I learned how to fuel my body, and because you know, nutrition is a huge part of it, you know what I mean? You can't outlift your diet. Like, it's just, you can try, and I know that there's certain types who do, and I don't know if that actually helps heal the inside. But so I started learning how to cook and learning how to fuel my body properly and what my body likes and dislikes. And that's when I found out that I'm super allergic to dairy. I also don't do well on gluten either. Like, my body doesn't like it. I thrive without them. I do so well without them. So I cut those bad boys out. And, you know, I just started like self-teaching and wanting to teach other people, which just made me more excited to learn more and like be my own case study. So I've done like different studies on different diets and, you know, how they work and what works for each person. And I started just creating this lifestyle. That's the word. It was the lifestyle that I was missing. I was missing this full circle. I had a piece here, and then all of a sudden I had a piece here. At one point I had two pieces, but there's still holes missing. And I was just like, Jesus, take the wheel. I don't know what to do anymore. And, you know, finally I was like, there are so many components to this thing. This is not a simple process. And don't let that like scare you off. But I mean, really, when I noticed the most change, it was when I created a lifestyle. I started working out on routine regularly. I was doing my lifts that made me feel so good and strong. I was doing accessory things. I was doing things, moving my body, you know, working hard. I had a program. I had a plan. You guys, a plan is what you need. If you just show up and you don't know what you're doing, there's usually never an end goal. So, like, where are you going? You're just kind of roaming around. And So I built a program and I followed it and I saw results and I was fueling myself. My body felt great and I was just like becoming this different person, and it was so awesome. And now I work out. I don't even like second guess it. Like, of course we fall off every now and then, but like I work out because it makes me feel a certain way. It gives me this sense of like completeness, like a wholeness. And same with eating well. And I don't even really like, I don't eat fast food. I haven't had fast food in years, and it's the best I've ever felt, ever, really. Skin has done so well, like minus a few hiccups of things, but these things happen. It's crazy. Like your whole body can change. Like your whole body, your whole mind can change. You can be a different person. You cannot be a different person in one day. You cannot be a different person in 1 week. This takes time. It takes work. It takes getting all these pieces of your puzzle together and creating a new lifestyle. That's when you're gonna see change. And that's when you're gonna be like, you're never gonna look back. Like you feel on top of the world. And I'll tell you what, all that time that it took to get there, absolutely worth it. I learned so much. So if you are someone who's like struggling with their fitness journey, or if you feel like you're just always fluctuating back and forth, it's just like this nonstop like cat and mouse game. Like I want you to start thinking about yourself as a whole. What is your lifestyle like? What kind of stress do you deal with daily? What do you say to yourself in the mirror? Because it absolutely matters. Absolutely matters what you say. What you say to the universe is exactly what is going to come right back into your soul. So if you say mean things, you're going to feel that negativity. You are going to harness that. That is what you're going to manifest. So, and think about like, do you have a routine? Do you have a program? Do you have a community? Because community is everything as well. Like not being alone in doing this is so helpful. And that's why I started these challenge groups, because I know I could train people one-on-one and I love doing that, and they have me as accountability. But when you get this whole community of people who are working on the same exact thing, and people are leading each other on and cheering each other on, like that is so awesome. There's no better feeling than that. Sharing your progress, sharing just like these little things that start to click over time. Sharing that with a group, it's just, and everyone is so genuinely happy for you. Like that is so amazing, and that is why I started these challenges, and it is why I will continue them forever. Like I will always do these challenges. Like they are amazing, and they give me the same feeling. Like all these people are like my babies, and I get to watch them like go through all these transformations mentally and physically that they felt like they could never do on their own, and that they never even saw in their future. So that's insane. I am rambling too much. I'm sorry. I was gonna make a short video and now here. I can talk for days. I should have a podcast or like, I don't know, a TV show, MTV, hit me up, I'm ready. But anyways, so some tips. My tips for you if you are starting your fitness journey, what I'm gonna say is 1, get educated, get help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. There are so many resources, especially now in 2020. Like there are millions of trainers out there. Just make sure that they know what they're doing and that they resonate with your values, because there's different types of trainers. So that's very, very important. Find someone who you align with, that speaks to you, that either tells your story or is exactly what you're looking for, that gives you a good feeling, that supports you and understands that, hey, you're human. Shit happens. Shit's gonna happen forever. Like that's just what being a human is. And someone who encourages you, pushes you, but also is realistic. So get educated, get your help, and if it's something that you want to start doing, like again, we all gotta start somewhere. So find someone to look up to. It really helps. Self-love. It sounds like a cheesy thing that people say. They're like, I love myself, blah, blah, blah. But no, it's a real thing. Self-love also correlates with like self-respect and self-worth. And when you have those things, I mean, you can be on top of the world. So I would absolutely say, and you got to start somewhere. Again, you got to start. Everyone starts somewhere in their journey. You got to start the journey. You have to keep going, and then you slowly watch yourself and you'll become this person that you always desired. I promise you. Nutrition. Nutrition is definitely numero uno. You need to eat well. You need to eat well to be well. And again, find help on that. There are a lot of people there can help you with food, me included. And discipline. Don't rely on motivation. Motivation's a tricky girl, because being motivated honestly stems from like result or some sort of spark. But motivated doesn't get you super far, because that motivation starts to lag out and like all the excuses start to come in and that shadow comes in, right? And just rips your motivation away. No. You need discipline. Discipline. That is what you need. That is your girl. Doesn't matter, you gotta do it, right? That's the kind of mindset. Like, of course, listen to your body, but discipline is what will get you past all that self-doubt, all of those voices, that whatever that's holding you back. Discipline. Routine also goes with discipline. Find a routine. Find your eating routine. You know what? Everyone's got a different schedule. So if you have more free time, you have more time to cook. If you are a very busy person, it's planning around getting a routine set in so that you eat at certain times, or it's certain types of eating. You know what I mean? Just routine. Set a specific time you work out. If you have fluctuating schedules, like it's either a certain time in the morning, certain time in the afternoon, or a certain time in the evening, like give yourself set schedules. That way, it's in the books, you wrote it down, you said it out loud, now you gotta do it. And we never regret a workout. So get it done, you'll always feel so much better. So yeah, discipline, routine, community is another big one. If you can join a group, that helps. And also like style of workout. Like there's not to say, you don't have to like go and lift at the gym. Like it's great and I love it and I will say hell yeah if you wanna do it, but that's not everybody's style. Some people do prefer group classes. Some people, you know, like doing like the spin, Orange Theory. There's all kinds of different, there's yoga. I mean, you know, there's all different kinds. No one is saying, and especially me, I'm not saying that you have to stick with one style, and that's lifting weights. But find something and try new things. Like maybe you'll like a combo of things and you'll kind of switch it up. I know I like to switch it up. I like to do a little bit of everything. I love moving the body. That's what I like. And and that also goes along with community, usually when you do group classes like that as well. So that is my like fitness journey. Whole lot of rambling. If you guys have any extra questions or something specific you'd like me to go over, please drop it in the comments below. I would love to help you in any way that I can. That's why I created this channel. Fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, all the things. So that's a little bit more about me. I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you all in the next video.